The other thing that you have on here is a really nice feature on If You Really.
Yeah. Sorry.
And I want you to talk about that new artist, because that's something that I appreciated in seeing you reach out to local artists in terms of the place that you live and giving an opportunity on this record, because it is something that I think is impactful.
Yeah. I met Zari kind of vicariously through Derek, my manager.
Hey.
And Derek didn't really know her that well either, but is a student locally. And so I reached out and I said, hey, I think Derek knows you. Would you want to be on this record? I sent it. She said, yeah, like she's down to do it. Came through, recorded the hook. And the hook is just a re-record of what I had already. Mm-hmm. I just didn't feel like I didn't have the right tone on the record. So I needed to break up the monotony of me performing the hooks. I needed to break up the monotony of like me being the like stretching my range of talent, because it too much homogeny on the record doesn't make it interesting.
He's talking about you, Aubrey. But with that also in mind, there were a lot of moments of you using your choir brain or your choral brain.
Yeah.
And like, cause you added on the album like pretty late in the process of like you working these things out. What is it about you that is so willing to take the risks that so many other artists, mainstream or otherwise, aren't willing to take? Is it because you're independent? Is it, a product of just how you create in general, or what would you say?
I think I'm willing to take risks because I've been like bumping my head and scraping my way through understanding the music business and making music anyway. Okay. Like I'm okay with practicing out loud, and I don't think a lot of people are. You know what I mean? I feel like people feel embarrassed by putting out even their worst work. You know what I mean? And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm learning. I'm getting to know my craft. I'm becoming a master at it because I continue to practice it and continue to learn it. And I want to show you all the things that all the skills that I've picked up along the way. The original or one of the working titles of this record was going to be Choir Boy. And
I'm going to need you to not overstep my questions. We were going to get to title questions, but go ahead. Go ahead. Alternative titles.
And it would have been the same outfit. It would have been the same picture. But I changed it because I thought that it wasn't reflective enough of the entire me.
I also think that it expresses, like, because for the longest, like, I called you Terry.
Right.
Until reintroducing yourself, and I've called you TJ ever since.
Yeah, that's another transformation, right? Like, I've never felt like Terry.
Right.
Never felt that way. And it's always been awkward for me to not only say my name, but to hear my name, and to go by my name. And so I think this album was an opportunity for me to explore how that felt, and honestly leave Terry where he is in the past.
I was sure about to say, I was like, whether or not this was an acceptance or like a, nah, I don't need that.
Yeah, I'm definitely TJ now, all the way.
Another big thing on the album is an appearance from Torner, one of our producers that we really, really, really enjoyed working with.
Right. Did 2 songs for you, 2 songs for me, right? At this point?
Yeah,
one,
at this point,
one
the secondary one will be out.
Oh, okay.
Next
Got
year.
it. Okay.
But what made you pick this specific record and take that overall approach?
Yeah.
With Marseille?
Marseille was not meant to be on this record. And I think I think if you dig deep down into your soul, you can tell. But at the same time, like, it fits as a capstone to the imaginative me. Mm-hmm. It gives people an opportunity to kind of exit the album by seeing how I see myself. Now, feeling sunshine, glad I ducked all that gunfire, or mind steady, thanking God for my therapist. Like those two pieces. The first verse is the past, second verse is the present, and I wanted to let that be the capstone to this album.
So my last question, and I want you to like really think deep on this.
Like I haven't been.
Even deeper. What is something that I'm going to do two questions. First question is, if you could talk to your 19-year-old self and your 9-year-old self, what's something that you would tell them? And then the last question is, what's something that you want to tell the fans about listening to this album?
For my 9-year-old self, I would say, be you and trust your gut. For my 19-year-old self, I'd say, stop spending money and put it back somewhere. Like now. Like, don't spend another dime.
But the bigger question, like I said, for the people, so I can reiterate, is what do you want the audience, even all your viewers, people who come here for music advice, etc., to get from this album?
I think it's okay for us to reflect and heal and overcome trauma. This month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It's only fitting that this album comes out during October. And it's an opportunity for me to kind of reflect on those days and all of that trauma and drama in my life. Shout out to Mary J. Blige. And show people that they can also overcome.
Thank you for joining us for this interview on TJ's 9th album, Terry. We appreciate you for spending some time with us because we got dressed to the nines and it's picture day. So make sure you leave a comment down below. Hit the like, subscribe to Music Advice because there's going to be a lot more dope content coming from this album, including a show that I shouldn't promote because there's not enough room. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you for spending time with us. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can be notified for every time that WordPlay TJ drops a video over here on the WordPlay TJ channel. And go and listen to the album on all streaming platforms. And listen to Looking a whole lot. I'm looking at you, kid. A 1 and a 2 and
I'm gonna take away your publishing.
Peace.